truth.
Information is power.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
The Information Man Show. The Information Man Show.
Tell the truth.
Tell the truth. Information is power.
The Information Man Show. The Information Man Show.
Tell the truth.
The Information Man Show. The Information Man Show. All right, everybody. Peace and love to you.
Information is power.
Information is power. 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 The Information Man Show. All right. Give me one more minute.
In the White House, I'm not gonna say his name.
Yeah.
Jackalope creatures.
The Information Man Show.
In the White House, I'm not gonna say his name.
Okay, everybody. This is the Information Man Show. Welcome to everyone who will come into the chat room. Welcome to everyone who will be listening on Periscope and Twitter. I want to say thank you for your support. Just made contact with the young men. They're going to be coming on with me in just a moment. I send out the appropriate links. And maybe about a week ago, I loaded up a video to the Information Man Show channel in which there were two young black males in a super Walmart in Illinois, I believe Woodford, Illinois, and they were asked to leave the store because they were wearing a mask due to coronavirus. So when they come into the studio here, hopefully soon, I will have them come aboard and they will speak for themselves in terms of how they felt. And I want them to speak for themselves in terms of how they're dealing with the coronavirus, what's happening in the area that they live in Detroit, in Chicago or Illinois. We'll find out what part of Illinois they're in. And so maybe we can get some more details as to what was really happening. A lot of people, or some people, left comments on the video that I uploaded, which was a video that the young brother uploaded on his own channel, and it went super viral for them. But people were saying, well, there's got to be more to this story. What really happened, what have you. And we're going to get it from their mouth, from their perspective. Let me say peace to the great black shark, fashioned for life. We got New Air, Motown, Moke in the house, Gold and Melanin in the house. We got Ill Wills in the house, Sugar Love. What's going on, Sugar Love? We got to collaborate, girl. And beautiful mature lady. Let me say that with respect. We got Mr. Male Advice DIV in the house. Make sure y'all go check out that brother's channel, because he's got gifted hands, the stuff that he creates, and some of the subject matters that he has talked about when it comes to men and how we should handle ourselves is superb as well. So check him out. We got Wildflower Wisdom. Always wonderful to see you in the chat. We got my man, the real Aaron Collins, in the house. Jay Sean. What's going on, Jay Sean? Got to get you up here. I got to get my man Kingdom up here too as well. I haven't forgotten you. Brother Kingdom's in the house. Make sure you check out his channel. He's a brother who gives great advice to men. Man's type channel. Jay Sean has a channel as well. Check him out. Give him support. Real Aaron Collins has a channel. We got Angela Terry's in the house. Thank you for being here. Eric B is in the house, if I'm saying that name correct. And so I'm just waiting for these young men to come on board. Let me, real quick, because they were wondering if they wanted, let me write this right here. All right. So I sent out those links to them, and I'm hoping they'll be coming in very soon. What's going on, Brother Kingdom? And Jay Sean, definitely always great to see you here, brother. Got to get you, Kingdom, on here for one-to-one interview. Mr. Male Advice, still got to get him up here. So many people, so little time. But I'm going to try to do that. How is everybody? Let me put people's messages up on the screen. I want to know, how is everybody doing right now? Did you guys hear about the brother in Detroit? Black man in Detroit. Matter of fact, I might even play the audio to this. Matter of fact, I will. Let me plug this in real quick. Let me, the brother in Detroit who was a bus driver, and he died from coronavirus because of some individual who came on the bus. Let me just play this for y'all to hear this real quick while I wait for these young men. Oh, now they're saying the video's unavailable. Isn't that interesting? This is what I'm going to do. There's one way to skin a cat here. Let's see. I'm sure it's going to be on YouTube here. But how's everybody doing out there? Hope everyone is doing safe. This coronavirus, say what you will about how you think or believe that it has gotten into society. Whatever beliefs that you believe in, to me right now, is not as important as the fact that people are still dying of this. I did a podcast just the other... Let me see if I can play this right now.
Hey, look, listen, man, let me tell you something. This coronavirus shit is for real. And we out here as public workers doing our job, trying to make an honest living to take care of our families. But for you to get on the bus and stand on the bus and cough several times without covering up your mouth, and you know that we in the middle of a pandemic, that lets me know that some folks don't care, utterly don't give a fuck. Excuse my language, but that's how I feel right about now. For a grown-ass person in her late 50s, early 60s to stand on the fucking bus and cough 4 and 5 times without covering up your mouth, and you know we in the midst of a motherfucking crisis with this coronavirus, I am pissed the fuck off. I ain't blaming nobody. I ain't blaming nobody but the woman that did that shit. I ain't putting the fault on nobody else. For us to get through this and get over this, man, y'all need to take this shit serious. It's folks dying from this. Listen, it's folks dying out here because of this shit. And I don't mean, listen, I'm mad right about now because
Information is power.
So let me stop that right there. What is everybody's thoughts about that? Have you heard about this brother? He ended up dying, everybody. He ended up dying of the coronavirus. And it appears, okay, I got the young brothers coming in now, but it appears to me that he caught it from this woman that was on the bus. And so now he's gone. This brother was from Detroit. He's here today and gone tomorrow. So I'm going to say this again. Whether you think this is zoonotic, comes from animals, you think it's chemtrails, you think it's government conspiracy, at the end of the day, it's here. The question is, what are you going to do about it? What can we do about it? How are you going to protect yourself? That brother couldn't protect himself. He's on the bus. Somebody comes on there, gets to coughing, not covering their mouth or not doing anything, and now he's dead. Is that a coincidence? I wonder. So let me bring the young brothers on right now. Let me see. Dr. Drop Action. It's real, but the numbers are grossly inflated. How do I know this? Because people in their towns are taking cameras and going around to their local hospitals only to walk in and there is no activity. You do know that they're also moving people to other parts where they're not letting you just come in. Why would you think logic? If this thing is spreading like this, why would you allow people to walk in with cameras where they can be exposed to people who have coronavirus? Those people are in intensive units being blocked away from you. So although I've been hearing those reports myself, how do you explain the fact that you got black folks dying in Milwaukee? I did the research, did a podcast the other night. How do you explain the fact that there are black people being racially biased from being able to get the damn test? Los Angeles, most of the tests are going to be away from South Los Angeles, where most black folks live. This is happening across the country. There are already black health professionals that are saying that there's racial bias and who gets the test for coronavirus and who doesn't. And we already know there's disparities when it comes to health with black people in this country. So right now, look, we can get into all the theories, but it still doesn't change the fact that if you catch this, your ass can die. Let me bring the young brothers on right now and get into what the subject is. Good points that you're making, but let's just keep looking a little bit deeper into this because something's going on. Whether conspiracy or not, something is going on, okay? And we got to use logic and not emotions to get ourselves through this situation. So let me bring the young brothers on right now. And here they go. What's going on, brothers?
Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, how you doing?
All right, I can hear you fine. Let me take something down. I was just waiting for you brothers to come on in, and people have a lot of their theories as to what's going on. People are saying that they're hearing reports that people are going into hospitals and they're not seeing a lot of bids being used. There's all kind of different information out there as to whether this is real, whether this is fake or whatever. And I don't know, man. I don't know. So
I mean, of course it's real. I mean, people are dropping dead, literally here 1 second and gone the very next. So people are literally dropping dead. And in our situation, just trying to stay safe, trying to protect ourselves or protect people around us. It's like, people aren't, the law isn't allowing it, so it's like this thing it's scary, man. It's scary out here, man. Like, seriously.
Now, before we go detail as to what happened to you in the Walmart, I'm glad that you said that because I don't think that people, unless you've had a personal experience, you had somebody pass away from this condition, or you're seeing it yourself, people need to get out of this. I mean, like I've been saying, brother, I've been saying this on my channel. No matter how this coronavirus got here, it still doesn't change the fact that you got to deal with it. So
Yeah.
can you tell me right now, you and you, brother Best, what's the name of the other brother that's with you that was in the Walmart with you? Let's introduce him.
I'm D'Angelo Jackson.
D'Angelo Jackson, how you doing today, brother? I'm glad that you are
pretty
on
good,
here
man.
with us. Thank you.
Pretty
Thank
good,
you.
pretty good.
Okay, let me ask you this question before we get directly into what happened to you two brothers in the Walmart there. Have you had any direct experience with anybody that you either know that has the virus, people that you've seen that have either you've heard have died because you know someone that knows someone? And are you in Chicago? What part of Illinois are you in?
Actually, we're about 4 hours from Chicago. I live in Belleville, Illinois. So
Okay.
yeah, so it's right near East St. Louis and all that. So yeah, we're about 4 hours from Chicago, close to St. Louis, Missouri, actually.
Okay, brother. So what are you experiencing on ground level in terms of your personal experience, what black people are experiencing out there?
Honestly, I mean, man, this is the truth. Just the other day, I was in the car with my mom, and she was looking at a live, and I go to the live and look at her on her phone, and it was a guy that I went to school with. He's actually in the hospital, too, SHARE Regional Hospital, and he's battling the coronavirus. And you know, just to see it's so close to home, just to see him in tears and crying, you know, crying out, and nobody can be there for you, you know. So he's not only dealing with this pandemic, but you know, and it's directly affecting his body and everything. You know, he's doing it alone, and it's sad, honestly.
So what do you say to people who are making statement, like, for example, Diamond and Silk, who are basically mascots for Donald Trump, are saying that they don't believe that the numbers are what they are, that there's thousands of people that either potentially have passed already or have it. What do you think? What do you say to people that say this is just some make-believe stuff, don't believe the hype?
It's not. It's not. Even if it were the case, we're seeing it firsthand. You're watching it. You're seeing people drop dead, man. I think the numbers are higher. You know, I mean, who's to say that there aren't more that we're being told about? This thing is real, and I don't care. Stay at home order. You don't have to tell me to stay at home. I'm going to do that regardless. If I have to go out, I'm going to protect myself. No, I may not know. I'm not a nurse or a doctor. So a lot of people, you know, how to wear a mask and all that doesn't matter to me. I'm going to put one on regardless. So yeah, no, protect yourselves, because these people don't know. They're not telling us the whole truth about this thing. It's real.
Right. Now,
I feel like
go ahead, brother.
I'm sorry. All right, I feel like people, they're not really taking it as serious because the president's not really taking it as serious. I mean, he's making videos and statements about election, and you know, if you have the virus, then go ahead and vote for me before you die, and you know, we'll do a thank you and this, that. So people aren't taking it as serious when the president's out there saying things like that.
Right. Let me let me let you brothers know something that's very interesting. In my research, what I found out is that President Trump was made aware of the potential of the pandemic by the U.S. Army in February, around the 3rd of February, as well as their intelligence agencies, saying that we need to get ready because something is possibly going to happen. Now, Donald Trump decreased the CDC down to 80%. He disbanded the team that Obama put together, which was a pandemic team, which of some of the best personnel in this area, and he broke it down. Now he says that he was given a closet that was a shelf that was barren with nothing on the shelf. Now I'm going to say this to you brothers right here. If I give you a car and you've got that car for 4 years and you don't put gas in that car, whose fault is that? My fault or your fault?
That's my fault all day.
So the question is, why didn't Donald Trump stock the shelves of that store that he claimed he got that was the fault? See, this is all the bullshit. So,
yeah, I agree.
So with this, exactly, brothers. So check this out. When I watched the video with you in the Walmart there, and that cop was walking behind y'all, and I said, here we go again. God damn. Look, you can't barbecue while black. You can't take a walk while black. You can't even wear a damn mask for coronavirus while black. Can't drive while black. Can't eat while black. Can't be in your room eating ice cream without getting shot through the door while black. So, okay, so let's take us through this. What's going on, Mimi? I see you in the house, and Flowerbird and Jackie and Anita. Let me say the name right, because people, Sugar Love, Anita, thank you for being here. Want to make sure I say that name right. DOD is in the house. New Air, Motown. So take us through this, brother. What exactly happened? What exactly went down?
Man, when I tell you, a lot of people are saying the video is edited and all that. The video literally is what it is. The incident took place. It was so unexpected. First of all, okay, so we pull up into Walmart parking lot probably around 10:45 p.m. As we're walking into the Walmart, we see a cop. He's parked in front of the store, or he's pulling up in front of the store.
Right.
So paying no attention. We're there for a reason. We're going to get Lysol. So we beeline. We walk through the store. We beeline directly to the Lysol aisle. We get there. D'Angelo picks up a bottle. And he was telling me something about something he heard where coronavirus is supposed to be on the bottle.
Back of the Lysol bottle, it supposedly says it keeps you safe from coronavirus. Basically, it says on the back of the Lysol bottle.
Right.
So I was basically explaining to him what was going on with the bottle. As I was explaining to him what was going on with the bottle, the officer coming down the aisle starts walking up on us. So as he's approaching us, nobody's prepared for what's about to happen. So his first thing was, "Can I see some identification?"
Wow.
For what? I'm going to ask you for what? First of all, we just walked in the store. We couldn't have did anything to offend you or anybody else. So anyway, long story short, we walk in. He comes to the aisle. He goes, "Can I see some identification?" For what? What are we being ID for? He tells us there's a city ordinance that we are not allowed to wear masks in Blue River, Illinois. We have to question that. Where is this ordinance? Why is nobody else being told this? There's other people in the store with masks on. So basically, it comes to us disagreeing. Well, no, I'm not going to show you my identification. He goes, "Well, if you don't show your identification, you have to leave the store." Okay, so now this is when I say, okay, well, I'm tired. Let's record. So I decided to put him behind me so that people can see what actually happens. I didn't want to feel like I was going to be a threat to him and approach him. So I turned my back to him, and that's when that's what all you see in the video. He tells me, "Well, I have a body cam on. You can't record."
Wow.
No, I'm kind of going to record because you say you have a body cam. So the situation is actually getting crazy, man. Like, we're getting attacked in grocery stores.
People are saying, "Oh, where's the video before?" There's no video. Why would there be a video before? No one. We was not being harassed as we walked in Walmart. We started getting harassed once we started shopping.
Yeah.
Once we started shopping, that's when we felt like, okay, now it's time to bring the video out. Now it's time to show. What happens with cops and black guys when they get together? Things can happen. So we need proof, people to see what's going on.
And I wanted to make something really clear, because we've been called a terrorist, we've been called a lot of things. There will be never video that you're gonna see of us licking or spitting on anything. That's disgusting as hell. First of all, dude, there's absolutely nothing. We were profiled by this officer who I wasn't gonna allow him to put his hands on me. So a lot of people are feeling like, okay, we're afraid. No, we're not afraid. The thing is, we're gonna, like I said in the video, we're gonna shine some light on what really happens. Thank God we made it out of there, because now the question is, why wasn't this officer's body cam on? He has no body cam footage at all, but he told us that he did have his body cam on.
Yes,
so I feel like we had an angel above us or something, because that could have been way worse than it was.
Right.
Honestly.
Let me ask you this question, brothers, real quick, because you said you're going to expose more information around this issue. What's the racial makeup in the community that you live in? Is it commonplace for police to harass? I mean, I'm asking an obvious question. Black people get harassed by police and get profiled all the time. But what is the breakdown in the area that you live in?
Let's just, in a nutshell, it's Madison County. Any area up in that area in Madison County, Illinois, you're going to be racially profiled. I mean, it's evident. You can't cross the street while black. You definitely can't walk while black. In Granite City, there's still an ordinance that after 10 p.m. you can't be outside while black, basically. You know, and this has been in place from years and years and years. So this is all Madison County. Wood River, completely white police department.
And that's where I live at.
And that's where he's living at. So now we're facing moving issues. We have to get him moved out because why would he stay there? His name, his address, everything is on the police report, everything now, you know.
Wow.
So it's become an issue of safety now. But police you can get beat bad dealing with police in Madison County. Thrown in jail for no cause. It happens daily. I've been a victim of it. I did 9.5 months. Had to go to trial, found not guilty, all that, man. But it happens daily.
Wow. Let me do something, brother. Book of Alpha Aramini, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that, brother. I want to definitely
thank you for the super chat.
I want to thank you for the super chat. Let me say peace to Cap PY2 in the house. He's a military veteran and a survivalist, so check him out too. His channel. We got BB Silk Scratchers in the house. Xander's in the house. We got Mimi in the house. Let me see. I'm trying to give some respect to folks. The Righteous One is in the house. We got a lot of people that's coming out. And we got a few people. We got Marcus, I think, over from, if I'm saying your name right, over from the Periscope. We got people over in Periscope watching this and also Twitter Live. Let me see who else. Anita's in the house again. I'm trying to emphasize the names of people. We got Uncle Frank in the house. Thank you for being here. The Dark Void is in the house. And most importantly, everybody, make sure you share this video. These are the brothers, okay, who were discriminated against and asked to leave from a Walmart supercenter in the Illinois area by a police officer who was following them. And you can see that on the video. That's the video that I put on my channel, but he's got the original video, of course, on his channel that went super, super viral. Let me ask you this question. This is very important as well. I had somebody leave a comment who had the nerve to say, well, something seems fishy here. Why'd they go shopping way out there? Can you let people know? This is foolishness, by the way. Why? Because the last time I checked, don't a black man, don't a black woman, don't black people have the right to go where we want to go shop?
Anywhere.
Right. And let's use some logic here. I know for a fact that people are driving around going to different stores because you might go to one store, they ain't got nothing on the damn shelf.
Absolutely nothing, man. Nothing.
So I did it myself where I had to drive to different stores in different areas, even out of where I live at, because I couldn't get something over here. Let's use common sense. So let me ask y'all this ridiculous question. And that is, what the hell were you doing over there in that neck of the woods? You know black folks ain't supposed to be over there.
Well, let me explain something. That goes to show that people really don't know what they're talking about. I live in Wood River, Illinois. I was at Wood River Walmart. It's my city. I live there. You know?
He lives 3 minutes from the Walmart. So we were passing. We actually just got off the freeway, stopped at the Walmart just to grab some myself for his apartment, and then go right to his apartment. That's it. That's it.
Right. And let me say peace and love to Penny Sparks, to Back to the Basics. I see we got J Dog is in the house. J Dog G8807. Check out his channel. And let me give some respect to my sister, and that's Sister J Dunn in the house, who's come through. So peace to you. and anybody that and then DOD is in the house, real Aaron Collins, and then we got the man himself, the master troll, the resurrection of Keith Thompson, the Grand Master Troll himself is in the house. We got some folks from YouTube, Black YouTube in particular, coming into the house. So let me ask you this other question too. It gets back to the other question I asked. How often, I mean, the brother, DeAndre, right? DeAndre.
Jackson. You can say Jackson.
Brother Jack, that's easier for me because I'm bad with names. Brother Jackson, I'm sorry. You live in that community. You live in that community, Brother Jackson.
Yes, sir.
How often have you either personally or people that you know in that have experienced some level of discrimination? I think Brother Best said that it's a pretty mostly white area demographically.
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yes.
So
that area is very racist.
Oh God.
I mean, it wasn't the fact that we moved there just because it was because, you know, I needed a place to stay and that was the only thing available. So I moved there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's got to the point to where we can't even go to the grocery store. You know what I mean? Like we get harassed in the grocery store in Wood River by other people videotaping us and throwing racial slurs at us. So that's how bad it is that I leave my city to go to another city just to stay safe. That's how racist it is.
Wow. Let me ask you this question too. Prior to going to the Walmart, and now of course you guys are known commodity out there because of this going viral. Have you had a lot of people interviewing you, like news agencies? I mean, what has it been like for you ever since this happened?
Well, my email won't stop. My phone won't stop. Yeah, so we have a few newspapers. We have a couple things coming up, actually.
Okay, announce it here, definitely.
Yeah, a couple different programs. Nothing really stamped at this time, but I mean, like you said, this has gotten a lot of media attention, whether good or bad, you know. So yeah, look forward to seeing a lot more of us.
I mean, you can find us on the Alton Telegraph newspaper.
Okay.
That's one of them. There's a few more. Belleville, we're in Belleville.
No, but as far as coming up, like it's a few. We have a few projects actually in the work. So basically, just stay tuned into my YouTube channel for now. Halo Dale, or Instagram Halo Dale 1000. And I'll definitely keep you guys updated. And
yeah, keep me updated because I want to definitely promote what you brothers are doing on the show as much as possible. Now, there's a sister here, Christina Parks. She's asking a question. Did anything happen to the police officer? Did the attention that happened cause him to get either fired or reprimanded? What's going on in that area?
At this time, actually we walked into I had to be the best. It's crazy. So nothing's happened that we know of thus far. We have acquired an attorney. NAACP's reached out. So there are some things in the works. Right now, the biggest thing is figuring out where why his video wasn't on, his cam wasn't on, and when was it turned off. And basically, the red tape to get into that it's kind of thick right now. But we're definitely going to get to all of that. So at this time that we know of, he's still on the force. The chiefs of SOB2, you know, we met him too. So yeah, the situation is kind of crazy that the proof is right there and people will still send you through hell, you know, knowing that basically it's going to expose the naked truth. You know, I have several copies of the video, original copies of the video, you know, so everything is cut and dry, man. So we're definitely going to see to it that he doesn't do this to anybody else of color. or anybody, period. You
But
know?
as of now, yes, he's still on the force.
Okay, let me say this. I'm gonna drop the YouTube channel with the original footage that went super viral into the chat room so everybody can go over and subscribe to the brother's channel. Another thing I want to ask you, being that you live in an area, Brother Jackson, that's very racially polarizing, have you had, both of you, have you had anyone put death threats on your life?
Yeah. We were in Blue River. The very next day we were trying to get out of Blue River because we knew it was gonna be crazy. We walked into the Aldi's, and man, when I tell you this is the craziest story, but I can't make this up. We were attacked by a lot of elderly people. First they started video recording us, and they're saying shit like we were waiting on the show, and you know, you're attacking our cops, or you know, just people are really crazy. But yeah, death threats, yes, definitely. But we're not. Nobody's afraid. You know,
this is crazy.
I'm sorry to say that. Nobody's afraid, man. You know, people don't have to accept it. You know, the truth is out there.
Wow. Besides the NAACP, what other organizations have come to your aid in terms of support? Do you have I know the NAACP has their own legal defense, so they're going to handle your legal defense in terms of, well, not your defense. You guys were the ones that were discriminated against, but so they're handling those areas. Okay, what position is the police department? Have you heard from have you gotten an apology note or letter or anything from the chief of police? What are they saying?
We don't even expect an apology note, letter, or anything, but that is something that we're going to ask for as far as attorneys is concerned. We are going to, at the end of this, ask for a public apology because, you know, we have people are saying a lot of negative. We have a lot of support. We have an agency. I can't think of the agency right now. I don't have the information with me, but out of Alaska that actually reached out, and they're really persistent as far as, you know, keeping us, giving us information and handling things on this end. As a matter of fact, we have some face masks that are being made for us.
Okay.
And things like that. So like custom design. So there is a lot of support. You know, but yeah, man, to answer your question, at the end of this, we're going to definitely ask for a public apology because we met the chief and he's not a friendly dude, you know, at all. He's very rude, very disrespectful, but we kept it real calm, real cool. You know, he recorded, you know, so that's actually a video that we have. But I took it down. Oh, you took it down? I took it down. Oh, okay. Well, took that down.
Okay.
I tell them to keep everything during this process. But yeah, we're definitely gonna because we deserve it. We deserve a public apology because we were racially profiled and we've been called terrorists. Our lives have been threatened. He's scared to drive anywhere. You know, seriously, he hasn't been home in almost 2 weeks.
Right, I'm in jail.
So he's in my way.
I got my own apartment. I can't even go stay in it just because I'm right there. I'm like right around the police department. So,
okay,
you know, they're seeing me all the time. And once they pull me over one time and they know who I am, it's a done deal. You know what I mean? It's a done deal.
Let me ask this question here. And for those of you who want to get their channel, I'm going to try to drop the channel link into the chat room. If not, I'm going to, when the interview is over, I'm going to put the link in the description of the video to their direct channel as well. Let me say peace and love to Sincere A. Lucy, who's in the house. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. We got the ADOS in the house. Thank you for being here. And Mimi, I see you again. Brother PY2. Everybody that's come in, I really appreciate it. But let me ask you this question here, gentlemen. Let me ask this question to you here. On that day in question, when you went into the Walmart, were there other people in the Walmart, particularly of the other persuasion, that had masks on? Were you the only brothers in the store with a mask on? Because I mean,
No.
we got a
Well,
serious
well,
situation.
I guess the only brothers, yeah. If that's what you want to say, but not the only people. Definitely.
I mean, we were the only African American in there, probably with face masks on, but we weren't the only people.
But see, this one doesn't make sense. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
No, I was going to point one thing out. So in the on telegraph, you'll see a picture of a lady was taken in the same Walmart in Will River Walmart, that she was allowed to make it during her whole shopping experience with her mask on, and she was at the checkout, checking out with her mask on. The aisle that we went to was like what, 3 aisles from the door. So we V-line to that aisle. So I'm sure there's probably many more people. Even somebody is saying that the lady that stopped the cop had a mask on. You know, that he looks like he's high-fiving in the video. You know, man, this guy had a taser. He's grabbing his taser. You know, so he was a threat. I feel threatened. You know,
what's up, SJ Ills? Thank you. And Sincere A. Lucy. Everybody, make sure y'all check out that sister's channel. Give her love. She does a fantastic job. She's a beautiful sister. Great attitude, great energy on her channel. Everybody, if you are a content creator, go ahead and just subscribe to each other's channels. Let me ask another question, Brother Jackson right now. Can remind people, how did you get a brother like yourself? What propelled you? What happened for you to live in such a community of this nature, brother? I mean, I'm not trying to clown. I'm just saying, what brought about the change?
I mean, we're an American. I mean, I should be able to live anywhere I please. I mean, it shouldn't be no, if I should decide to move here because there's white people here or black people here, you know what I mean? It's just somewhere I wanted to move to, and I should be able to live there peacefully and not be harassed by anybody of any sort of kind, color, it doesn't matter. So I'm from the Granite City area, you know what I mean? I moved up to the Wood River area. Granite City ain't no better, but at least they got a little bit of morals for us African Americans. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. This is what I'm going to do to everybody listening in the chat. I'm going to open up the phone lines. If anybody would like to call in and ask these brothers some specific questions, I'm opening up the phone lines right now. I'm going to put the number on the screen. There it is. I'm going to run it at the bottom too as well. So the number, it's a conference call, and you can have more than one person on the line. So you don't have to wait. You can come on and be in the conference call. And the number is 605-313-5658, code 571128. And for the mods in the chat room, if you could run that number through the chat so that if anyone wants to call in. So if you're out there listening in Periscope, Twitter, and YouTube right now, call in if you want to ask these brothers any question about this circumstance, this situation. And I'm so glad. Let me say this to you again, brothers. With all that is so busy for you right now, I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to interview you and to ask you these questions and to give a brother like myself the time. I appreciate that, first of all, okay? Because there's a lot going on. So
we appreciate you. I mean, this right here gives us this is actually good for us. We've not really had the time to sit down and actually tell our side, to anybody.
Yes.
So this actually works out really well.
Definitely.
Okay.
I think it's important for people that's supporting us. I think it's important for them to hear from us, that they aren't supporting us for no reason, that they're supporting us for the right reason, that we actually did get harassed, that we actually were doing something right, and we were, still racially profiled and all these things. So I think it's okay to let our supporters know that, we appreciate it, and you're doing it for the right reason, because we actually are in the right this time.
Okay. Let me ask you about family, mother, father, uncles, whoever. What have your family said about what happened to you brothers? I mean, Anybody got an uncle who's ready to get his piece, and you know.
yes. My mama keeps telling me I better move out of that city. They go hang me. They go do this to me. I said, Mama, I live there. I'm not worried about them. She said, I'm telling you, you need to get out that city. They go, I'm telling you, get out. That's all. Every time she called me, she said, are you okay? What happened today? She checked on me more than she did.
Wow.
So it's ridiculous. Like, everyone don't want me. No one wants me there, basically. And yes, I'm afraid to be there, but I feel like I want to stand my ground, you know?
Okay. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to rattle off, or not rattle off. I'm going to ask you brothers some questions based on folks who follow my channel who left comments. Now, this one right here is they need to call the supervisor to get his job and sue for harassment. Now, this is a very good question. I know you got a legal situation going with the NAACP that's getting involved in this. What responsibility or culpability does Walmart have? Was this police officer working as part of their, he was separate? Of course, he was a regular police officer of the city, right?
Yeah, and he wasn't even working as security for Walmart. Actually, he's a sergeant. Actually, Walmart is trying to distance themselves from the entire situation. Basically, there's been one article posted where they have information or whatever from the chief, where he's saying that the officer was confused about Walmart policies. Of course he would be. He doesn't work for Walmart. You know, he works for the city of Wood River. So why would he know Walmart's policies? So Walmart is trying to distance themselves. They're basically saying, they're basically saying the cop was wrong. Video evidence from Walmart will show that the cop was wrong. So Walmart doesn't want any parts of this because they have no mask off. First of all, Walmart sells the mask. They sold out. That's where everybody bought them from. Okay. So why would they tell you can't wear a product that you buy from Walmart inside of Walmart? So yes, the chief is saying basically that the officer didn't know, he wasn't familiar with Walmart's policies. Of course not.
Okay, but then let me ask you $1 million question. After this all has taken place and the media has picked up on it, what has Walmart management, have they made any apologies to you brothers? Have they said we're going to offer you a year supply of Walmart goods for free? We're going to give you a certificate. We're going to have you tell your side of the story. Has the Walmart themselves done anything to make you brothers whole in the way that you were treated and disrespected when other people were wearing a damn mask? Not just you.
As far as we know, our attorney is handling anything dealing with Walmart. Basically, first thing is he has to get the video that basically incorporates everything that we've said, and I guess they'll go from there.
So no, they haven't given us no apology, nothing.
But the thing is, you know what? I'm not expecting an apology from Walmart. I don't need anything from Walmart. Dude, the thing is, we were harassed by the Wood River Police Department. I'm tired of it, man. I'm tired of our people being harassed and beaten and stuff like that. So I don't need anything from Walmart.
Right. Somebody here, Lady of the Lake, says this: it wouldn't matter if they did work for Walmart because the Supreme Court found years ago that companies aren't liable for the actions of employees. Gotta sue the police department. Now, that's true. You have to sue the police department, but at the same time, if you brothers were harassed by employees of Walmart, Walmart would be liable for that because they're working under the Walmart logo and they're pushing Walmart policy. If they're telling you to leave, the question is it Walmart's policy? You see?
No.
So
it's not. But I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, though. The question you asked. I mean, like, okay, Walmart, this happened on your premises,
right?
You know, what are you doing to make this better? Have you did anything? So I definitely understand what you're saying. Makes perfect
I mean,
sense.
right, because Walmart, to me personally, Walmart should come out with a statement saying that given the fact that we're living in times of coronavirus, that all patrons have the right, no matter what race they are, creed, or what have you, to come in and wear their mask like everybody's doing across the country. That's the only reason why I'm saying that, brother. That's why
I
I'm
totally
going
agree.
there with that.
I totally agree. I totally agree with you, man. And that would be, a good thing for Walmart to do. But will Walmart do that? I think I don't think Walmart wants to feel like they're liable for anything dealing with this situation. It's going to get worse. It's definitely going to get worse before it gets better. I'm aware of that because,
Mm-hmm.
dude, it's time to fight. I told the world I'm fighting this time. So yeah, I feel like I take what I said back. I feel like Walmart should do something to say, hey, this should not have happened in our store. This is not our policy, and this is what we're going to do to fix this.
Right. Let me ask you this question too. For that officer to have done what he has done to you, brothers, in the way he treated you, I bet my bottom dollar that this is an officer who's been harassing black people for quite some time and getting away with it. Now, let me tell you, brothers, something that's very important here. I did a video on YouTube when I first started YouTubing, and this was, and a lot of people know about this information. Some people do. And they said years ago, it was an FBI report saying that there's a lot of white supremacists and Ku Klux Klan and these hate type groups that have infiltrated themselves into the police departments. You get guys who come out of the military who have this military mentality that go into the police departments. When you look at the situation in Ferguson, did you know that the police officer in Ferguson, he was a part of a police department not that far from Ferguson that got defunct, and he had a history of the harassment. I bet you that officer has been doing this for quite some time, and these police departments have been militarized, and they have low standards for who they allow in the police department, and it's a nest for these racist type of individuals who now say I can harass black people with a badge on my chest. What are your thoughts about that, brothers?
It's definitely true. He was just saying the same thing the other day. Yeah, it's definitely like they'll call us a clique. They're definitely a clan.
Okay. All right.
Man, you get one time you asked, do we know anybody who's harassed? A friend of mine was pulled over. When they walked to the windows, 3 SUVs pulled him over.
Yes.
They told him they pulled him over for not wearing his seatbelt.
Mm-hmm.
3 SUVs filled with officers surrounding the vehicle for no seatbelt. That's almost unheard of.
Wow.
You know? So man, they're definitely a clan of.
I mean, I've had people from this river that told me about this officer that harassed us. They know this officer. They've been harassed by this officer. So I've known people who interacted with this officer and told us things about this officer.
Okay, so this officer has a reputation. That's good to establish that. Yeah. We have someone on the phone line. I'm going to bring them in just 1 minute. Let me say peace to Brenda Johnson. We got August Dreams in the house. Brother Aduvian is in the house, everybody. Give him some love. Now, let me go over to the phone lines and see who the person is. Hello, this is the Information Man Show. Who do we have on the line? Where are you calling from? Who are you?
It's Back to the Basics. I'm calling from Fort Campbell, Kentucky.
All right, Back to the Basics. One of my biggest supporters of the show these days. Appreciate you, sister. Do you have any questions or anything inspirational that you want to say to the young brothers up here who have gone? You saw the video that I uploaded. You seen their video. Say what you want to say, sister. Any question? Go right ahead.
I think it's just a shame, first of all. Like when you said, hey, we're not doing anything, and he like literally escorted y'all out of there, I was like, wow. I couldn't believe it. I was like, man, I thought this was 2020, man, not 1960. But anyway, my question is, after the treatment that you received, are you guys going to boycott Walmart?
No.
See, back to the basics. The reason why I think they're not going to go after Walmart specifically is because the police officer doesn't work for Walmart. He works for the police department of what's the name of it? What police department does he work for?
Wood River, Illinois.
Okay, so technically they already have connected with the NAACP and their legal team, and they're going to go after the police department if I'm not mistaken. Because this is really someone who works for the police department. Walmart doesn't have any policies that we know of that says you can't wear a mask in their store under the coronavirus. I've gone to Walmarts myself. I've never had anybody personally tell me to leave. And Brother Jackson, who lives in this community, said that this police officer, Sister Black, back to the basics, and everyone out there listening, has a history of harassment and racism towards melanated people such as black people. So go right ahead. Anything else you want to add, sister? Or anything that the brothers want to say? Go right ahead.
I understand that.
Okay.
Yeah, I understand that. I mean, I would go after the police department too, but I'm also saying I'm not going to shop there. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Oh, okay. As far as not shopping at Walmart, that's no problem. I don't think either of us want to go back into Walmart.
Not just because of what Walmart didn't get into it, just because the harassment from the people in the city. That's our biggest fear. That's my biggest fear, is the people in the city. These are like, I don't know. This is some weird stuff out there, and I just don't feel safe out there. So I'm over in a different city at this moment until everything dies down.
Let me say, go ahead, brother.
We can't say this. Back to the basics. There will be no more shopping in Walmart.
All right. Let me just real quick, everybody. Let me say peace and love to Sister No Nonsense who super chatted me.
Thank you for the super chat.
I appreciate that. Let me say peace to everyday people who made this statement right here. Everyday people said this. Hey, tell your lawyer to go after the cop's pension. So they saying go after his pension. That's what everyday people is saying.
Yeah, go after that.
Everything.
Yeah, go after that.
I mean, listen, the fact that we didn't get beat down just shows that we decided to use our brain. So my brain is telling me to take everything and still get an apology publicly. You're going to apologize because you're going to tell the world that you're a racist piece of, and you're going to never do it again because the world's going to know to watch out for you. So we want everything.
Right. Let me say peace to Sister Wildflower Wisdom who super chatted me. I really appreciate that. Let me go right here. She gave me a super chat with the sticker and everything.
Thank you for the super chat.
Okay. Now, someone asked another question in the chat room. Are there other stores in the area that you can go and shop at? Because you're saying right now you ain't messing around with Walmart anymore. But if you're going to be in that area, Brother Jackson, where else can you go?
Nowhere. I mean, literally, we went to Aldi's and got harassed. I went to Walgreens, got harassed. You know, every store I go to out there, I went to Dollar General, got harassed.
Okay.
And this is all in Wood River. Like, I don't have to have a video for every time I walk in the store.
Oh, wow.
But, no, basically to answer your question, there's no store out there that they don't know me. It's a small city, so everybody reads the papers. So I'm sure they all read the Alton Telegram.
All right, let me say something to you, young Brother Jackson. This is Wood River, Illinois, or whatever.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I want to remind every black person in America and people that will listen to this after the fact. There'll be a lot more people that will be watching this after the fact. As quiet as it's kept, stay away from Wood River, Illinois. Stay away from that super center Walmart. And Brother Jackson, I have to say this to you with all delivered speed. You got to get the hell out of there.
Oh, I definitely gotta move now. Everybody watching this, they
you gotta get the hell out of there, Brother Jackson, you got to
Hey,
get the hell
I
out.
definitely gotta get out of there now. Definitely. I'm telling you, you all will be on the way.
I mean, it's like an episode of the movie. What's that movie where it Get Out?
I was just talking about that too. I was just talking about that.
Okay, let me say peace to Mimi, who just super chatted me with the super chat sticker. Super chat. I love that.
Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you for the support. And who else do we have on? Back to the basics. Are you the only one on the line right now?
I'm on the line too.
Okay, who else?
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
No, I want everybody to get a chance to talk. So let's go one at a time. Who do we have on the phone line right now? One at a time, so I can make sure everybody gets a chance to speak.
Hey, this is J-Dog.
J-Dog, what's up, J-Dog? What's going on? Peace to you, brother. Everybody check out J-Dog's channel. J-Dog, you got a question for the brothers or you got a comment?
All right. I have some advice. Do not be one of these people who just all of a sudden want to forgive the cops or anyone else for what happened to you, because you were in a situation where they intended to wanted to have you either arrested or killed. And I know you hear about when after something happens to us, you got a few of us that want to all of a sudden want to forgive and stuff like that.
Wait a minute.
I'm telling you right now, don't be like that. Don't just all of a sudden forgive these people because they almost got you killed.
All right. So J-Dog, let me repeat what you just said because your connection's a little fuzzy there. J-Dog is basically saying that you shouldn't accept their apologies. Don't go what do you call it? Butter biscuits on us, because they could have gotten you killed, is what Brother J-Dog is saying, that you could have been irreparably harmed. Things could have gone even worse, because you know as well as I know, and we've seen this, that I'm glad that it didn't come to a situation where the cop put hands on you two brothers, and then he called backup, and that you brothers would be on the floor getting pinned down to the floor. You know how they treat us. And then you got the cameras on you, and they pinning you down. Stay down. They're doing the whole Billy Club thing. It could have gotten that bad. I mean, let's really be collectively logic about this. It could have gotten to that point if he would have called up backup, and all he would have had to say is, I got two black males here. They're being they're resisting arrest, or they're resisting to leave. And I saw one of them, let me tell you what they also say. I saw one of them put their arms near their waist, right? You know what that means? They may have a whipping. You know how they play the game, brother. Okay, next caller on, who else is on the line? That was J-Dog that just talked. Who else do we have? Is there anybody else there? Okay,
I'm
back
still
to the
here.
Okay.
I'm still here, bro.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you're there, J-Dog. Back to the basics. Do you have anything else you want to say or add?
No, I can get pretty long-winded.
Okay. Okay, let me go over to J-Dog real quick. J-Dog, anything else you want to add or say to these brothers?
All I have to say is I'm glad you guys did not get killed. That's all I have to say. And I hope to check y'all channel. I heard you got a YouTube channel, so I hope to check out your channel, and I hope you check out mine as well.
Yeah, definitely check out J-Dog's channel. And J-Dog, I'll pass the link of your channel to these brothers as well, J-Dog. That won't be a problem at all. And I'm going to say this again real quick. Let me say this again. I am going to put a link to the brothers' channels on this video so that you can come back and click into the link. I need to see if I can find the link to their channel and throw it in the chat room, so I'll see. But I'm trying to focus on the questions. I know I'm doing this and that, but I want to really focus on the questions I've been asking them. Let me go right here. And those of you that are on the line, just hang on for a moment. Let me go and ask another question that came from the comments. All right. Let me see. Now we have one person here. The cop needs to be reported and some form of disciplined action taken against the cop. So let me ask this question. Are you looking for that? Are you looking for the police officer to either lose their job or to be reprimanded in some way where they lose pay or something, suspension? What is your thoughts?
Okay, so this is exactly how I feel. So when the cop arrests one of us, we lose everything. There is no going back to work. There is none of that. So I feel like if this man feels like he can walk around harass whoever, whenever, and wherever, I feel like he shouldn't have that job. He's a sergeant, first of all. So he's been doing this for a real long time. So I think he should lose his job. Why? Why keep your job?
Right. To the young brother, brother Jackson, you said this is what bothers me. This is what's bothering me right now. You said that, and I know I said you got to get the hell out of there. You said that every store you've gone to in this community, you have somehow felt very uncomfortable, as if they want you out of the door. That's a hell of a situation to be in. Because that's reminiscent to what black people went through years and years ago, where we were segregated and couldn't go into any areas that were white operated or otherwise. How are you dealing with that from a psychological point of view? Because they've already done studies to show that black people, one of the other factors that impacts our health is the stress of dealing with racism, prejudice, and bias. So we're dealing with a lot as black men to make it in this world, right? To take care of our family, take care of ourselves. And then we got our mental health that compounds everything. How are you dealing with that mentally, brother, living in a community where it's almost like you can't go anywhere just to shop without some type of racial issues?
I mean, it's affecting me a little bit. I'm a little stressed about it. The main thing is I'm mainly stressed because I'm wondering if I should actually pay my rent in this city or not. That's stressful right there. Wondering if I should have a roof over my head in a city where I'm feeling threatened.
Wow.
So that's the biggest stress is right there.
I'm probably asking, I don't know if this is a crazy question. What is the black population in the area that you live in? Because I wonder if there's other black people that you can connect with.
I mean, the closest black people maybe I can connect with is Alton. Alton is not far from Wood River. That's just a little bit up ways. Wood River is just a little city outbound of Alton. There's probably like 40 black people in Wood River, probably. That would be my estimate. So I'm not quite sure.
Okay, because the reason why I'm saying that is because if you have other black people experiencing this, you know there's always power in numbers, right? And coming together in unity, because I'm sure you're not the only brothers that have felt the animosity, or sisters out there that are feeling the animosity as well. Now, wow, this is crazy.
And you know what, Commissioner, you know what we hope that people gain from our experience, as opposed to other experiences where people are beat and dragged off the jail. We hope that we show people that, there is a better way. Pull out your camera. They can't tell you not to record. Protect yourself by any means necessary. So if you have to pull your camera out to put this on tape, because if we didn't get this on camera, I guarantee you the world would have never believed this story, that we were walked out this store because we had on a mask. It would have been unbelievable even to my ears to hear that happen to somebody without any proof. So I hope that just by us telling our story, people will understand that there's a better way to protect yourself. Don't get beat down. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of seeing and I've seen our black people get beat down and destroyed and humiliated, by law enforcement who was supposed to be, they swore to protect us, and serve the community, but they're definitely not doing that. They're picking and choosing who they want to protect, and we're definitely not in that percentile of people that they're protecting.
All right. Let me say peace to Tree Trimmer 82. Peace to you, Tree Trimmer 82. Thank you for coming by and supporting the show. Share the video. Thank you, Tree Trimmer. Always doing a great job on your channel where you help people to grow their channels, which is fantastic. Tree Trimmer, peace to you. Let me just say to everybody in the chat room, this can happen to any of us. This has already happened to many of us that have gone out to shop, to handle our business, to do what we're supposed to do like everyone else. And we have either experienced being harassed by the police, we've been profiled, we've been told that we're guilty before we've even been found to be guilty, right? So we don't get always the benefit of the damn doubt. And J-Dog just sent me a super chat. Thank you.
Thank you for the super chat.
I appreciate that, J-Dog. Oh, right here too.
Hey, I'm about to get off.
All right, J-Dog, before you go.
I'm about to get off right now.
Okay, but J-Dog, before you leave, thank you once again for the super chat.
Right.
I want to thank you for calling in and being a part of the program and asking a very important question, brother. So thank you. Thank you, J-Dog. All right. Okay. J-Dog is getting off the line right now. Is there anybody else on the phone line that would like to say something to the brothers or have a question or a statement? Is there anybody else that's on the phone line? Going once.
I said I wasn't going to say something, but I
No. Look, back to the basics. I want you to say something, sister. Come on now. This is what this is about. Go ahead.
To the brother who said that he feels uncomfortable, just get out of there. Don't stay there. Just leave.
We're telling him. He's trying.
I'm trying.
That's an everyday conversation. I keep telling. There's no way I would have been packed up and just left, man. You asked him how many, what's percent? He said 40. I can guarantee.
I'm afraid to break my lease.
Exaggeration.
I'm afraid to break my lease also.
Okay, now I have to ask this question. Sister, back to the basics. I'm going to come right back to you. I have to ask this question. We know, obviously, that people are out of work, okay? People are out of work. People are waiting on this chump change stimulus packages that Donald Trump is going to give you $1,200, $2,400 if you qualify, if you're not making a certain amount of money. But we also know, and I said this a week ago on my program, that if you go look at the PBS News Hour, the banks in this country are getting $1 trillion a day. Thank you, Tree Trimmer 82. Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you for the super chat.
I'm going to say it again. The day is going to banks. They can give banks $1 trillion a day, but they can only give us $1,200, $2,400 just for a one-time check. Pure chump change. Okay, in the bigger scheme of things, Canada right now is going to give their citizens $2,000 a month. They're suspending all rent and all mortgages and everything for 4 to 5 months, and they're going to revisit it. But we live in a country in America where they can give banks $1 trillion a day, and they're going to give you chump change. Now, with that said, let me go back over to you, brothers. Now, this is a very obvious question. How are you brothers making it? Do you still have your jobs? How is this affecting you financially? Are you lucky to have a job? Are you out of work? What's happening?
Man, it's affecting us like it's affecting probably everybody else, most people in the country. Both of us are out of work at this time. I'm behind on my rent. I know that. So that $1,200, will it help? It'll do something. Is it enough? Probably not, for what people are dealing with and experiencing. So financially, it's definitely a struggle right now. But just grateful to be able to stay inside, to have a roof over our head at this time, so yeah.
Wow. Damn.
I would like to say one thing though.
Go ahead, brother.
I would
Yes.
like to say one thing. I did have a job interview. I got the job. I went to get drug tested and got treated differently because of the video.
So wait a minute.
So-
Let me get into this. Now let me read this by Divine Wisdom. Divine Wisdom says, "The hell with that lease. Your life is more important. You can fix your credit. You can't fix if you're dead. Take that money and move now if you can." Now let me say this. Are you trying to tell me that because the video went viral and people recognize who you brothers are from the situation, that they're using that against you to say, well, we don't want to hire this guy because he's going to give us trouble?
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
It wasn't hiring. It wasn't the job. I got the job. I got hired. I just needed to pass the drug test. I went and took the drug test, and the nurse treated me so differently. And I caught her talking about the video and came to her about it, and she acted some sort type of way and was like, "Oh, I wasn't talking about you. I'm clearly the only person here. I hear everything you're saying." So basically, yeah, I didn't pass the drug test because they didn't let me take the test.
They didn't let you take the test. Let me ask you this question. This is another important question I must ask you, brothers. I'm a mental health professional here in California. I actually deal with brothers in every race of people in the prison system. I'm a therapist. I'm a rehab therapist. And we do have a concern about people contracting the coronavirus in the prison system. That's the next other area of concern, as well as what's happening on the outside. But working in mental health, the most important thing that I tell guys all the time, you have to figure out proper coping skills to deal with these stressors. Now I must ask you the $1 million question again. What are you brothers both doing? You, Brother Bess and Brother Jackson, what are you doing personally to keep yourself from not going insane, losing your mind and losing your cool? What are you doing to cope? Are you listening to music? Are you watching movies? What are you doing?
I mean, I'm going to be completely honest with everybody. I mean, everything's hard right now. We can find ourselves bumping heads, and then when we look at it, there is literally no reason that we just bumped heads. So it's just like the stress of everything is literally falling down on both of us, and it's hard. I don't know. We didn't expect any of this. We didn't expect for any of this to happen. We didn't expect for it to go this far. But since it's happened, I mean, we're gonna see it through. But man, this is hard to deal with. I mean, I find myself sitting here with the TV on with no sound, nothing playing. Just sitting in a quiet room just to get some peace. I think my phone. It's a smartphone, but I think it's smarter than what it should be because my phone will go on. It'll just go dark where it won't let any call come through or any text come through. But it's like it knew what I needed at the time because the phone goes crazy, and it's not all good things that people are calling about. I mean, people are telling us, to let this go because you're gonna get hurt, all type of things, So yeah, okay. It's really difficult.
Hold that thought right there. Let me say, because I'm going to ask you a question to follow up to that question. Sister, back to the basics, or whoever may be on the line. Are you still there? Are you still there? Okay.
I'm going to have to get off this line, because my blood pressure is going up.
Okay, but wait a minute. But wait a minute, sister. Back to the basics. This is what we're going to do. Take some easy breaths. Woo-side. Woo-side. We got to woo-side together. Come on now. Woo-side, 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 woo-side. Come on, let's work it together. This is what I want to ask you. You just heard the Brother Jackson say that he went for a job and he was not even allowed to take his drug test because they recognized him from the viral video. So they basically discriminated against him with the woo-side. What is your thought? How does that make you feel? What are your thoughts about that? This is crazy.
Oh, that's a damn shame because I've done training. That's what I said. I already put in the chat, I have zero tolerance when it comes to equal opportunity and sexual harassment. I took training for equal opportunity to be an equal opportunity leader. And yeah, I don't co-sign on none of that, because I know the 6 categories that it can fall under, and race and gender and sexuality and all that, religion, all that. Like, it's like, no, nope, I can't co-sign on that. They're wrong. It doesn't matter like where they recognize him from. Like, you denied him a drug test to possibly, you know, you're interfering with somebody's well-being. So no, I can't. No.
So we have a question.
I can't.
Okay, wait a minute.
It's supposed to be 2020, but this is looking more like 1960s.
Yes, 1960s.
Like, what decade are we?
Okay, back to the basics. Stay on the line. And Woosah, do not. I mean, I know this is making me angry too, but Brother Bess and Brother Jackson have something that they want to say. I'm going to take it over to them right now. Go ahead, brothers.
Okay, so so what was this? Okay, so based off, she said I'm sorry, back to the basics. Said she does like work with, I guess, human resources, something like that. My question is, so we're dealing with everything we're going through right now. How do you kind of compartmentalize these things? Like how do you pick and choose your battles? Like, because what he went through, it is horrible, you know. So it's like he's at a crossroad. Like, does he fight or does he not fight? You know, because we're already dealing with so much. So I mean, how can you answer that for us?
Well, right now we're living in a critical point right now because people are already stressed out and spooked out about the coronavirus. That's one thing. So people are already overly taxed emotionally, right? Two, Brother Jackson is looking for he's in a community that's already racially biased towards him, right?
Yeah, correct.
He's already admitted to us that when he goes into stores, that he can't go into a store without being treated properly. So my advice is that he needs to just, as we've been saying already, he needs to get out of that community, move somewhere else where there's not as much stress in that area of racist. I mean, wherever we go as black men, black women, we're going to have to deal with racism. But it seems like that area where he lives is concentrated like juice. So he's got to get out of there. And this is my argument. Why apply for a job in an area where they know where you know who you are based on the viral video, and it's already a racist community? Yeah, he's just adding more compounded stress on himself. He's got to first get out of that community and go seek the employment elsewhere in a place that's not as polarizing as that place is right now. Racism is going to be everywhere, but it's concentrated there where he is. That's my advice, because you're going up a steep hill. Right? First of all, you don't even have a strong black community there to back him. You don't have black infrastructure to back him. You have a community that is racist, polarizing. It's a no-win situation because you don't have allies there. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Brother Jackson, I was just saying before you got back on that you're in a racially polarizing, racial concentrated area, which is why you're going to continue to experience this while trying to find a job there. The bottom line is you got to get out of there, seek employment elsewhere, and seek another place to live, because they know who you are. So now what is it? You are a target. You're targeted, just like Public Enemy when they had that target symbol, right? As black men, we are automatically targeted in America, but you're going to be even more targeted in that area.
Oh, no, this video wasn't targeted in that area. This video was targeted in St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh, okay, but what I'm saying is, when you were looking for employment for the drug test, where did that test take place at?
St. Louis, Missouri. Well, St. Peters, Missouri.
Okay, so it wasn't in, wait a minute, let me get this right. See, I got to get this correct. So it wasn't in the community that you're in where you all were discriminated against in the Walmart store.
This is in another dominant white community.
Okay, boom. Okay, let's stop it. Let's hold it right there. Let's freeze.
Right.
Brother, are you? I'm a Generation Xer. So I grew up at a different time than you brothers. I grew up at a time when, not to say I'm not older, I'm 50 years old. And I came up at a time when I learned very quickly what racism was and what it's about. I know with the younger generation, you're growing up where you are interacting with people of different races, girls, the whole 9 yards. They're telling you that everything is rainbow and Fruit Loops now, and you can be whatever you want to be. And I know as millennials, that Z generation, you all are a generation in which you say, hey, there should be no barriers. There should be no barriers to what I can do. But I'm telling you once again, I'm going to tell you again, as long as you are a black man in America, no matter what they say we have the right to do, there's always going to be some racial bias towards you, especially in an all affluently white community where they don't see a lot of us in those communities, and they don't understand us or know us other than what they may see on the 10 o'clock news, which is putting out negativity about us. So I'm just telling you right now, this is part of the course when you are a black man in American society. It's something that you're going to have to figure out how to deal with, but it don't mean you got to take this shit either. You don't take it laying down, but you got to deal with the realities. Okay?
You're right. Absolutely.
Back to the basics. Go right ahead. Go right ahead, brothers.
We're fine.
Let me see something, because I don't want to hold you brothers on too long, because I know, you got other things on your mind to deal with and to do. Back to the basics. Are you still on the line?
I'm right here.
Okay. Is there anything that you want to add or give this brother advice? Because he says that he went to St. Louis. It was St. Louis where he went, in a mostly white community, and he had the discrimination when it came to his test, and they recognized who he was from the viral video. Do you have any advice for him?
Oh, I wish I did. I just, like I said, what I just put in the chat was, I was like, man, where is the nonprofit in the church at? My goodness, you got all this stuff going around and people are hurting. Like, where?
Yeah. Okay. This is what I wanted to ask you too, Brother Best and Brother Jackson. You said that you've had people criticize you and tell you need to just stop what you're doing, don't take it no further, leave it alone, right? I hate to ask this question. How many black people are telling you to stop what you're doing? How many black folks are being scary cats and having no courage that are telling you this?
2 or 3. Just a handful. They're saying it's for our safety, but this is not a safe situation. We're prepared. I'm prepared to fight, man. Like you just said, I'm not taking this laying down. This has to stop somewhere, and hopefully people get on board with this, because if not, it's going to continue to happen.
Right. Let me tell you something right now. As long as we're scared and we don't do anything, it's going to continue. So when you hear black folks telling you, and even other folks of other racial groups telling you, oh, leave it alone, don't do this, don't do that, how in the hell do you expect this to stop if we just lay down and let people walk all over us, right?
If those people can be a fly on this wall when we read a comment from a black person that says something like that, because we've read several comments from black people who say something like, well, what were you doing? Why were you even in the area? Those are shouldn't even matter, like we just said, you know what I'm saying? So if those people could be flies on this wall when we read those type of comments, they probably wouldn't like what's said, because man, it's mind wracking. Like, really? Seriously? That's what you got out of this whole thing. Why were we shopping at that Walmart? Because we wanted to. Right.
Let me say peace and love to Sonia C's. She's been following me from the very beginning. Peace to her, Brother Aduvian. We got my man June Zone, Brother Zone in the house. Brother Aduvian, No Nonsense is still in the house. We still got Cat PY2 in the house. We got Shaka Y still in the house. Brenda Johnson, Wildflower Wisdom. Uncle Franks is in the house. Once again, Sonia C's. lot of good people in the house. Yeah, you can see some of the messages that people are leaving in there, brothers. And people just telling the truth, man. Okay, Jay Dunn says this. See, he went for a job in another city and still had trouble moving. Will not ride him from this, I don't think. It will not rid him from this, I don't think. That was from Sister Jay Dunn that said that. Let me go back. Sister, back to the basics. Do you have any last comments? Are you there?
No, I'm still good. I'm still deep breathing.
Okay. Let me I think I'm gonna close the phone lines down because I did have the phone lines open for people to call for quite some time. Sister, back to the basics. Thank you for calling in. I'll see you in the chat.
Okay.
Let me ask this question. Jay Dunn. You know, I think I want to keep the lines open. Jay Dunn. Why don't you call in, Jay Dunn, right now and say a few words to these brothers, or if anybody else. We're going to stay on for just a little bit. But first of all, how much more time do you brothers have? I'm going to keep it going just for a little bit to get a few more calls in. How much time? Because I'll have, if I have to end it, I'll end it if I have to.
We got a couple more minutes. We've been getting.
You know what?
A few calls.
Okay, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to take one more call. One more call. Let that person call in and say what they want to say to you or ask questions, and then we're going to come to an end because your time is precious. I don't want to take up all your time. And I want to say once again, thank you for being on the Information Man show. I am going to put the description in the video, your link to your channel, so that people can come back and click into that. That will happen. So anybody that wants to call in, go ahead and do so. Let me put the number on the screen real quick. There we go. So please call in. Let me ask you this other question. Wow. This is tough.
Yeah,
how
we appreciate you though.
How do you? I appreciate you brothers coming on. You got the coronavirus, and I did this on a podcast I did last night. They were talking. Let me read this to you. Read this to you, brothers, real quick. Doctors are concerned that Black communities might not be getting access to coronavirus tests. And in Los Angeles, they're moving all of the testing centers very far out from the outskirts of where Black people live. Where you live or where you are in Illinois, are Black people getting access to the coronavirus test, or is it too far out? What are you seeing on the ground?
You know what? To be honest, a lot of people in this area, I don't think are aware of the seriousness of what's going on. You know, people are not abiding by this whole stay in order. So it's like, man, we lack so much knowledge, and that's why you're so important to a lot of people, because you're so knowledgeable in a lot of areas that people need to really look into and listen to as well, man. So people they're not really even taking heed like they should. Is there access? You know what I mean? If you, man, you're getting turned around from hospitals and all that around here right now. So
right.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you knew. I don't know if you already knew, but what's crazy is, back to just a quick second of the incident in Walmart.
Okay.
If you know that Wood River was actually one of the first known cities in Madison County to catch the coronavirus.
Is that right?
That is correct.
Wow. So, they were one of the first cities to catch it. Wow.
Yes, but we can't wear masks.
But you can't wear a mask. Ain't that some BS? Okay, let me see if we got one more caller on the line. Anybody on the line? Say your name and where you're calling from. Anybody there? Okay. Oh, we do. We have someone there?
I'm still here.
Oh, okay, okay. Well. Check this out. Did you just hear what Brother Jackson just said? He said that Wool River, the area where they were in the super center of the Walmart, was one of the first cities in America or places. Madison County. Thank you, Madison County. Thank you for the correction. Madison County was one of the first places to catch the coronavirus, and yet they were told by the cop, you can't wear a mask. And matter of fact, the cop tried to claim that it was a presidential order and a city order. Is that right?
A city order is
That's some bullshit right there.
Wow, man. They just pulling stuff out of thin air now.
Yeah, that was bullshit.
To the video one more time. If you notice in the video, he kept reaching for the radio, but he never called backup. Like I keep paying attention. Like I keep playing this over and over in my head. Like,
right.
Lord is really intentions. Like you're grabbing your radio, calling no backup. You're reaching for your taser for absolutely no reason because we're not threatening you. It's like, man, this man, these people are.
Wow. So that's
like respect from the community.
That's some new information, but that's powerful information because it shows you the depth of the bias and the racial bias that's going on there in that town. That's a town that I never want to travel to ever in my life. And damn, it's a damn shame.
Yeah, we should stay away.
So, brothers, with that said, what I'm going to do, I'm going to end the program at this point because I think I want to thank you once again for being here, to opening up more light as to what happened in this matter. I'm going to tell you right now, I hope that, no, I don't hope, but I know you're going to win your case. I hope that police officer does pay the price for what he did to you. He needs to pay the price for what he did and the way he discriminated against you strong brothers. Keep fighting the fight. Brother Jackson, don't give up. I know this is stressful, but don't let it take you to the point that you totally lose your mind. Do what you can. If you got loved ones, you got people that love you, connect with those who really care about you and love you for your source of strength. If you're a spiritual brother, definitely tap into your spirituality and your belief systems, okay? Whatever those are. And it's the same thing to you, brother Jerome Best. Brother, thank you for being here again. This is some BS. Thank you again. We got my man O'Shea Duke Jackson, the famous O'Shea Duke Jackson, who's just come in with the super chat. Thank you, brother.
Thank you for the super chat.
O'Shea Duke Jackson of I've been on those Sunday rumbles with that brother, and I still am gonna bring brother O'Shea on for the exclusive for the interview very soon on the channel. So thank you, brother. You came in. We've had a nice crowd that's been coming in and out of the program throughout the day, brother O'Shea. And we got real Aaron Collins. Everybody's in the chat room. Brenda Johnson, all the beautiful people. I want to thank everybody. So any last words from you brothers? Any last words?
I mean, I like to say thank you for the opportunity for us to express ourselves and for people to actually understand the truth and understand what really happened. And that this was not just for publicity at all, not whatsoever. It wasn't even on our mind. It just happened. So I like to thank you for the opportunity to hear my voice.
Okay, go ahead, brother Best.
Hey man, I just want to let everybody know. Thank you. We appreciate you all. And look forward to seeing a lot.
Now, wait a minute. Before I go, is there anything? I should have said this from the very beginning. Is there a number or any way people listening to this video in the chat room, listening now and will listen after the fact, is there any number where they can render support or a number that they can call and make a complaint about this officer? Do you have any type of number that we can put on the screen where they can render their complaints?
Yeah, actually, only thing we can say is just call the police department, the mayor, wherever, Illinois. That's all. We don't have that.
Okay. All right. We're having a little bit of problem with sound, but I know what you're saying. You're basically saying, he's basically saying that you can call the Wood River, Illinois police and make your complaint. Oh, that's another thing I got to ask you. Did that officer ever give you his name? Did you ask for his badge number or name? Because you know you have the right to do that.
Even actually, yeah, he did. He said it in a video, but he mumbled it. It was like he didn't really want to say it.
Okay.
His name is Brandon. It's Brandon, Sergeant Brandon Jurilla or something like that.
Okay. Because I'm thinking that people can call the police station, make the complaint if it's worth doing that. I just want to find out if there's, there's some number or something that people can call to show their support for you brothers or anything, but look, man, this is what we're going to do. Before we get ready to get out of here. I'm going to have you brothers come back on for a follow-up. Okay. To see what has transpired. I'm going to give it some time. I'm going to keep in contact with you, Brother Best, to find out what's going on so that we can do a follow-up and bring you brothers back on. Okay. Is that okay?
Sounds good, man. We appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, brothers. Take care. Love you. You're in my prayers. I'm 100% down with what you brothers are about and what you brothers are trying to do. So thank you. I'm gonna share this video. I'm gonna share this video so it gets a lot of views on this video so people can know exactly what's going on. We got it from your perspective. So thank you, brothers. Thank you for being here. All right. Okay, take care, brothers. Hey, check this out, everybody. There it is. Those are the brothers in the video who were being harassed, mistreated by the police officer in Wood River, Illinois. I want to thank everybody who's come through today. Lady of the Lake, peace to people in the Periscope and listening in Twitter. Back to the basics who called in the show to give her point of view. I want to thank Wildflower Wisdom doing a great job as a moderator and super chatting me earlier on. I want to thank No Nonsense as well, who I'm going to mod up right now. Hang on for a minute, because I know these are folks that have been supporting me and that I have engaged with on other channels. We've got Keystone Tech in the house. We've got No Nonsense, who also super chatted me earlier today. I want to say peace to Brother Book of Alpharami, who super chatted me as well. Brother Duvian is in the house. Thank you for being here. We got H&H who come in. Much success to you, men. Thank you, H&H. I want to thank, let me see who we have here. Uncle Frank, J-Dog who came in, Brenda Johnson. We got Fashion of Life, peace to you. We have someone else, Anita, who came through earlier today and gave support as well for the program. Let me stroll up and see. And I want to give Mr. Mail Research DIY. I want to give peace and love to Sonia C's, who came in. Then we have Zone for coming in. Thank you. And let me see if we got any other new statements here. So thank you, everybody. I'm about to end the program now. This has been, I think, very enlightening. You got it from their mouth. You heard it from them as to how they were feeling, how they were treated. And that's very important to get it from those who experienced the mistreatment. So thank you, everybody. Make sure you share the video. Let me do something real quick. So this is the second channel. Okay. The second channel, which is the Information Man Speaks podcast. Go over there and check it out. You can find the second channel on this page, on this YouTube channel. Okay. I want to thank everybody who super chatted today. This is my Instagram. Information Man Show is the Instagram. This is the Twitter, @Clinton06, @Clinton06. I want to thank everybody for being here today. Appreciate it. and the support. Make sure you share the video. Thank you. And with that said, I'm going to get ready to get out of here. And everybody be safe with the coronavirus. Protect yourself. Wash your hands. Check on your loved ones. Use your social media to be able to talk to your family members who live a distance from you. Stay strong, everybody. We're going through some things right now. Use your logic. Don't get overly emotional. We don't know what's going on. There's conspiracy. We don't know. Maybe it's 5Gs. Maybe it's zoonotic. Maybe it's biowarfare. Whatever it is, you still have to protect yourself. However this is and what it is and how it got here, you still have to protect yourself and your family and be very safe out here. Make sure you wear gloves when you use gas pumps. Use gloves. Protect yourself. Take care, everybody. Peace.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
Information is power.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
The Information Man Show. The Information Man Show.
Tell the truth.
Tell the truth. Information is power.
The Information Man Show. The Information Man Show.
Tell the truth.
The Information Man Show.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
The Information Man Show.
Tell the truth.
Information is power.
Information is power. The Information Man Show.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
In the White House, I'm not gonna say his name.
Yeah.
Jackalope creatures.
The Information Man Show. Yes, they do have a YouTube channel, or Brother Best does. I'm going to put it in the description of this video. Once this ends and I can let this settle in, I will go back into the description of the video and put the YouTube channel for Brother Best and the Young Brothers. Okay, it will be in the description of the video as soon as I have a chance to put it in there. And you can come back to the video and you can click into it. And do me a favor, share the video.
Tell the truth.
The Information Man Show.
Is power.
Thank you for the super chat.
Tell the truth.
Peace to Brother Art New Style TV. Check his channel out too, everybody. Check him out. What's up, brother Art?
Information is power.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
The Information Man Show.